Okay. All right. Namaste, great souls. Always wonderful to share satsang together, which is sharing the truth, sharing our practice together. I'm just going to speak a little bit and then get to the mat about what we all know, but it's so important to remember is our theme today is going to be gratitude. And there's decades of research out there. I'm going to read from my notes a little bit. Speaking it to another, writing it, thinking it, and a little practice yields great results. So, of course, you could Google and find out all the research on gratitude from just a few things, lowering blood pressure, improving our stress, relieving burnout, anxiety, depression, PTSD, aggression. It goes on and on, the benefits. And of course, it improves our relationships with ourselves, with others. And what we want to do as we every day, ideally, most moments of the day, is to really feel that. And it can be the simplest thing. It doesn't have to be profound. And to have that as our practice, so to speak, in life. As we know, there's many quotes on it, but Yogananda says, Thanksgiving, which is gratitude, opens in your consciousness the way for spiritual growth and supply to come to you. So as you're opening from the heart to gratitude, you're becoming a vehicle, a vessel, opening your consciousness for the way of spiritual growth and supply to come to you. And what I love so many things about gratitude, it's non-denominational. If you believe in deities, wonderful. But if you don't, you could just open to gratitude. And then another part before we get the movement going, quote, spirit then pushes itself into visible manifestation as soon as a channel is open through which it can flow. So we're opening the channel. Again, this is from Yogananda. It's light. It's one of the aspects of the divine. It's a high vibration, and it's a channel to open so it can flow. We open to it. It's there already, and we're just in this beautiful connectivity. So I will go to the mat and be grateful, like we are, for all the things we can do. Breathing, moving, parts we can, etc. And start with some breath work and continue the awareness of the breath, not only as we're practicing, but off the mat as well. Let me just shut this down too. All right. Okay. So sitting comfortably, tuning in, rooting down through the sit bones, lengthening up through the crown, opening our chakras, our energy centers. First, just do small half moon circles in the neck, tucking the chin, drawing the ear toward one shoulder than the other. Feeling we're entering healing for our body, our mind, to reconnect back to our spiritual nature. Shoulders draw down, heart opens. If you want to make that audible exhale, go ahead and do that. And I wanted to just invite us to do some what's called bandhas, squeezing, like my fist here, like we're going to squeeze at each of the chakras, the 7 main chakras, as we go up the spine. So as we're breathing in, you feel a squeeze, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, throat chakra, and then add what's called the bandha. We tuck the chin to the hollow at the throat. We draw our shoulders up by the ears and we hold the breath, but we're focusing at the spiritual eye. When you need to exhale, you lift the chin and you exhale and you stop and let that released energy especially filtrate down into the upper and the lower chakras. So I talked a lot through that. We'll do this 3 to 4 times, just a squeeze as you're breathing up, a bandha, and then a release. Okay, exhale through the mouth. And then inhale, bandha, 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 bandha. Chin to the throat, shoulders up by the ears, hold the breath, recharge, energize, and then bring the energy to the spiritual eye and let go. Take that in, receive that energy. Do that a couple times. Inhale. Squeeze at your pace. When you're ready for the bandha, the chin lock, the navel to the spine, the root chakra contained. Bandha, bandha, bandha. Hold the breath. And then open through the crown, open through the seventh chakra. Receive. One more. Inhale, squeeze, squeeze, energize, cleanse, shoulders up, chin tucks. You really feel that root and throat lock connected. And then, and really just feel that energy from the crown, from the seventh chakra, just healing and recharging and receiving. Beautiful. And just take a moment as we're just regularly breathing into the heart, inquiring, listening. What is one thing I'm grateful for? What's one thing I'm grateful for? And then when that appears, thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're just open to gratitude. We're open to all kinds of things of asking and thanking. All right, let's bring the feet up and just a little bit of the swaying from side to side. So we get the flexation. If you want to add the arm as the knees drop down, we're sweeping up, getting into the flow. Going to the other side, sweeping up. One more time. So tuning into that oceanic sound. Loving the wind out here, just creating, seeing the movement of the leaves, and then knees up. Let's have our soles of the feet together and butterfly. And just a rounded spine. So tucking down, rounding the spine, sucking the chin, good for the neck. Inhale, heart lifts. Now you could hold on. It's easier holding on to the ankles. If you can, arms out next round. Exhale. Drawing in, yin phase. Inhale, expressing out. We're going to add on to this. Exhale, drawing in. Usually do this in cat-cow, but you could do it seated like this, opening up. And then let's go ahead and just sweep as much as you can. It's not all the way to the side, just an angle. And then come back and round. So the inhale is one big oscillating movement to one side. If butterfly is too much, you could bring one foot in front of the other and come down. And it's fine again. Excellent. Okay. Since we're close to the earth, let's do some core work. And have your props by your side. We're going to shimmy, shake down, low back, mid back, upper back, root down, press through the feet. Hug those knees in. We'd like to thank our body for showing up. Thank you, body, for what you can do. And we want to move more in what's called a heart coherence, bringing our mind into our heart and both working together. And we're going to reach our arms up, shoulders pressed down, opposites. Exhale, bring your right arm back, your left leg extends. If this is too much, you could bend the knee and tap.
And then come back. Keep the low back plugged in. Left arm, right leg. Flex of the heels and back. Do several of these. Reaching opposites. Inhale, exhale. One more. Anytime you want to rest, please do. Keep that low back plugged in. If that means not extending the leg as far, you're still getting core work. That would look like this. Okay, one more. And hug the knees in, hands on the knees, circle. Knees apart. And then go in the opposite direction. And we know shaking, rocking is soothing, and it's fun. I think it's playful. So shaking it out, arms and legs. You can add some movements in the fingers and the thumbs. And then hug the knees in, and we're going to roll onto our side and get into vinyasa flow. So, if you'd like to have more padding for your knees, please do. You know how this goes, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to emulate what we were doing seated in this position, the cat-cow, but we're going to add on, you'll see. Adding that light in. All right, exhale. Rounded spine. Inhale, scoop it out. One more of these. Every time we feel gratitude or joy, we're letting that fresh, alive consciousness in. It's here, that's whole, that's free, we're tuning to it. All right. Now turn your left fingertips toward the right hand. And we're going to thread the needle, but not come all the way down. So we're just warming up. We're for the shoulders and the neck. You reach the right arm up and then just bend the left elbow, sweep that arm through. So 3 of these, pulsing up, exhale, rotating in. Feel that? Feel where you feel. I'm feeling core, shoulders, exhale. And inhale one more time before we go to the other side. Let the right fingertips face the left hand, realign. Inhale from the core, twist and open that left arm and shoulder and then thread through. Bend the right elbow. So threading the needle without staying down on the ground. Enjoying finding the movement that feels right to you as you expand and then release. Excellent. Place both hands down first, and then we're going to bring one forearm down, then the opposite. Reach through the heels, create a forearm plank. Coming forward and back. All right, the tops of the knees touch down, the heart opens. And we'll begin our locust series, our recharging of the spine. Take it gradual. So when you're ready, one palm down, then the other. Keep the legs strong. Imagine that block between your inner thighs. We're going to start with the upper body pulsing up. Palms are still down, legs are strong. Opening the shoulders and neck. Exhale, ease. Another one like this. Feel the activation, the muscles wrapping around the bones, the pulsing up
and the ease down. Okay, then we're gonna take it out to the side in the letter T. Arms out to the side. Do pulses again. This time we're gonna lift up the tops of the feet and the shins if possible. Inhale, pulse it, open your wings of joy, back of front and sides of the heart. And ease. Opening, I'm grateful to open those wings of joy. Inhale, pulse it up. And soften. Let's take rest. Stack one hand on top of the other. Rest at the spiritual eye. Keep the channel open for spirit to flow. And just have another simple gratitude or big gratitude flow in. What am I grateful for now? Just getting used to it, looking for that, inquiring. You'll know if that works for you to reflect on that or write it down. The research shows writing it down and the why you're grateful for something certainly helps, but anytime we feel grateful, that's a great thing. All right, arms, one arm in front, the other beside the side of your body. I'm going to have right arm extended, left arm reaching back. So we pulse the right arm, the left leg. Inhale. You can lift that left arm, but you don't have to. This is nice and grounded. Ease. Retract. Inhale, recharge. Pulsing up. Ease. And when we feel the gratitude, remember to the thank you, thank you, thank you. Inhale. And exhale. Take a moment to switch. Of course, I'm grateful that we keep able to meet in the various forms to practice together. Left arm extends, right arm down by your side, and then my body's able to do whatever can now. Left arm, right leg, pulse up. Exhale. Inhale. Couple pulses. Feel that recharge. Don't forget about the left leg. Ease. Now, if you can, we'll go ahead and bring both arms forward. Inhale, pulse up, super person pose. Exhale with the W arms. And then, if you can, interlock and lift. So we're building on. If it's too much, arms down by your side. Ease, we're all easing down. One more pulse up, opening our wings of joy. Maybe out to the side or maybe with the interlock. And then just melt into that belly down, ease, rest, connected to Mother Earth, and feel that support. And you can feel when you add the gratitude to the thankfulness, there's just that open channel where we're connected just to the divine, to something greater than us. Now we're going to take it into our classic cobra. So Bhujangasana, open to meet whatever this day is going to bring. Hands underneath the shoulder, elbows by our side, legs strong. We're going to rise up and see if we want to be on the knees, off the knees. Lion's breath, stick out the tongue. Eye gaze up, but shoulders down, away from the ears. Okay, knees touch down. Take a moment here. Coming into a wider knee prayer pose. Let's turn the toes under and just take it in. Take in our warm up.
Feel the space between each vertebra. And then we'll go into down dog, but when we go into, we can do form down dog or classic down dog, see what feels best to you. We're going to hover with our knees off the ground. And then take our time to lift that tailbone up. Magnetize the heart toward the thighs, tread it out. I like to spread the toes wide. Thank you, feet, ability to walk, to be here, and hands touching the earth. We're going to draw the inner borders of the feet together. We're going to do some knee kicks, it's called. It's core work. If possible, right leg lifts up. And then bring that right knee toward the right elbow in plank. And then pulse back. Go at your pace to feel it. Right knee toward the opposite elbow. It doesn't have to touch in that direction. Probably won't touch. That's too much. And back. And this time the knee to the chest. And we step the foot forward into our lunge. So if you need to take it, step, 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 no problem. Left knee down, right foot in front, turn the back toes under. We're going to add our half moon onto our lunge. So get set up first. Elbow down. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Clasping the left wrist. Now arc it over. Now I'm going to lunge my hips forward a little bit at the same time. We know the affirmation. Strength and courage fill my body cells. Strength and courage fill my body cells. Inhale, come back up. We're going to clasp the right wrist, go over to the other side in our half moon and our lunge simultaneously. You don't want to go too deep though in the lunge quite yet. Strength and courage fill my body cells. Ventilating and reaching up. And now here's when we can go into that deeper lunge, the W arms again, opening the front, back, sides of the heart, and then melting down. So I'm going to add, as we're easing into our deeper lunge, of course, I think we all love to be in gratitude, but we also have to look at what is it that keeps us from continuing that practice, perhaps? And this is from Dayamata, who was a past president of self-realization. This is her quote. If you want to come down onto your forearms, what keeps us is our preoccupations with our daily concerns. And what this does, of course, we need to be responsible, it's necessary and good, but we forget when we're preoccupied too much, this fosters an illusion of isolation and self-sufficiency. So isolation, the illusion of isolation and self-sufficiency. Now what this will do, it will dull us into forgetfulness of the loving power that ceaselessly sustains us. So that dulls us when we're just getting hyper. Of course, we have to be responsible. That's necessary and good. But if we forget who we are and connect to what's running our lives in our universe, this is going to create isolation and this feeling that we can just do it all on our own and we don't need help. And then this, of course, is going to foster this feeling of isolation. So you can see how gratitude unhooks us from that overwhelming preoccupation with daily concerns. There's a lot in those couple paragraphs to take in, but certainly makes sense to me when I forget. But thankfully we can come back, thankful, and then maybe we're more and more in practicing this gratitude and thankfulness. And I know it's hard when we're in the hard stuff. It really is to remember, but we can come back. Okay, let's do the whole deal to the other side, but via a vinyasa flow, meaning we're going to turn those left toes under, come off of the knee, step it back to plank, regular plank, come forward, back, either knee, chest, chin chaturanga or classic chaturanga. Unfurl the toes, we're already warmed up, so we can rise up in our cobra or locust or half locust. 2 or 3 lion's breaths. I rise joyfully to greet the opportunities of this day. Okay, and then knees touch down. All right, turn the toes under, hover those knees off the ground. And I'll tell you after what I'm laughing in this moment. Hover, and then pour back. Press through the base of the fingers. And invoke that quality. The classic affirmation is calmness radiate through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. But we can add our theme today, which we take gratitude to be the essence of light. The gratitude and light fill my every essence of every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Inner borders of the feet together. Lift that left leg up if possible. We'll do our knee kicks, strengthening, bringing that left knee toward the left elbow, and then kick it back. At your pace, at your timing, or any variation in between. Left knee toward right elbow. Big exhale, and kick it back. And knee to the chest. And we're going to step our foot forward, the left foot forward. Take your time to get set up for our lunge half moon. So coming up, tailbone down. Once you're stabilized, inhale, heart expand, hips open. Let's clasp our left wrist and ease it down a bit to you're in your body. You know you can walk this left foot out to the side and affirm. Strength and courage fill my body cells. If it's too much, ease back. Strength and courage fill my body cells. Inhale, stretch up again. And then we'll see what's happening as we clasp our right wrist. It's going to feel different with this left foot forward. You ease down appropriately. Strength and courage fill my body cells. Breathing in, sensing and feeling. And I'm grateful what we can do. Breathing, movement, earth, sky, plants, so many things. Sweep the arms out. And then we're going to peel back for a moment. Bow to the wisdom of the heart. And come deeper into our lunge again on this side. So important for the hips. Rocking side to side.
Now, with this theme, as we're melting maybe deeper, maybe bringing a bolster here. I don't know if you may have all heard this. There was a hypothetical question going around, I don't know, a year ago, maybe longer. I don't know the source of it. But the question was for us to ponder, what if all you had is what you are thankful for? Just take that in. What if all you had is all that you are thankful for? And sometimes they put it as what you, if you know what you were, if you said your gratitude yesterday, and then the next day it appeared that whatever it was you were grateful for, you would have. So just think about that. Then of course, the key is to apply it, the application of all that you had, being thankful. Each breath, your body, your home. I mean, I could go on, but you know what I mean. So it's another interesting practice. And again, what do? We journal it, maybe, we write it, we express it to another. You find your way of sharing that gratitude. We think it, we feel it in the heart. It's definitely a heart energy. Turn the toes under. We open up that greater channel. So we step it back and we come forward. We'll do another vinyasa. Break it down a little bit more. Knees, chest, chin come down. Elongate the legs to start. Come into our Sphinx. And remember to add the thank you, thank you, thank you. Opening, especially our upper chakras in our heart center. And when we're doing these back bends, which by the way we are, which is, this one's coming up, the half bow. So we prepped with our cobra, with our locust. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring our right arm in front, our left forearm in line with the mat, and we're gonna bend our right knee and rotate the ankle a few times. But then we're going to engage the core, the legs. You can use a strap if you want, and then kick back and reach this ankle, reach the foot back, and the thigh you may not even see lifting off the ground. Really recharging the central channel. I'm pressing energy through my left forearm as well, and my left leg. My left leg isn't passive as we're doing our half bow and our back bend. And ease, if we want more quad stretch, we try to bring that heel toward the sit bone, lower that right shoulder, and you'll feel a wonderful stretch in your quad. Again, that hypothetical question, take it in. What if all you had is what you are thankful for? And you could put in for yesterday. What if that's all you had when you woke up this morning? What you were thankful for. And see if that inquiry works for you as we go to the other side. Right forearm. And extending our left arm, bending the left knee, rotating the ankle a few times. And we're going to reach back and kick that leg back, lift up and breathe. If you ever get like an overwhelming cramping, you may want to come out of it. Sending energy into these areas that are needed to vitalize your system. Recharging and opening. So tune in to this life force energy and connect to it and release. And we're going to take rest, resting at the spiritual eye, melting into the earth.
Full yogic breathing, belly, ribs, chest, back body floating toward the sky, front body melting toward the earth. We'll also give ourselves a lot of compassion. I don't think I'm that different than others in terms of it. If we're going through some really challenging stuff, it may not, we may not, it's a process. It probably will take time to feel the gratitude behind whatever the challenge is. So just give yourself compassion there, of course. Now, full bow, if you can, if this is in your practice, we're going to see. When you're ready, bend both knees, use the strap or cross the ankles, kick those legs back. Some people find this easier than the one leg. And we rock and roll, really great for our digestion. Oh, if you haven't eaten it. As our smoothies are great, of course, before, as we breathe in and breathe out, we're rocking, and then we're maybe forgot to do that quad on the left side, so maybe we're bringing our heels closer to our sit bones, tucking the chin, opening the back of the neck. And ease. Oh, thank you, body. It's going to seem so much easier to rise up in Cobra now. So hands underneath your shoulders, legs strong, rise up, inhale. You can add lion's breath. All right, opposite stretch here. Let's take it into more of our child's pose. If you want to do prayer, arms out in front, or child's is arms by your side. Quiet within. Even though there's lots of movement going on, we're going to ripple up. I'm just going to take a moment for some neck releases while we're seated. Of course, we can do them standing too, but it's less things to think about. Crossing out the ankles. Bringing the right ear over toward the right shoulder, the right hand on the left side of the head, stretching through the opening in the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Feel that energy radiating down through your left arm. Inhale, lengthen up. Chin parallel to the floor. Just look over wherever the head stops. Over and then back to center. Of course, the other side now. Left ear toward the left shoulder. Left hand on the right side of the head, reaching through that right arm, opening up the sternocleidomastoid muscle on this side, touching to the front and back, the collarbone, shoulder. Deep breathing. Active poses. This is active, but we're also able to feel the energy as we stabilize through our sit bones, belly, and legs. Belly's moving in and out. And lengthen up. Massaging the scalp. Awake my brain. Be wise, be strong. Awake my brain. Be wise, be strong. So much going on in the brain. Fascinating, but it works much better with what's called the brain and the heart coherence, both working together.
Because if all this activity is, which does go on, we can forget that hard quality of gratitude. It's a little too rational sometimes, too much stuff of life. Hands at the back of the head, we open the heart, and then release the neck, tucking the chin, drawing the elbows in. Feel what feels best for your neck at this time. Inhale, wings of joy opening, eye gaze up. Exhale, ease. And again, inhale, gently lift up, reach up, and feel that space all around you. So deeper practice of tuning into the chakras, when you tune into them, not only tune into where they are, but the space around them, the three-dimensional space around the chakra, because that's your energy field. So you're charging each of these chakras, and then we're opening that energy field. We're just bringing our consciousness to what's happening. Okay, so we're opening again, let's say the heart chakra. So this, you can really feel most likely the energy in the heart, and then we're adding the arm expansion, but you can just visualize that heart opening if you're in a situation where maybe your arms aren't going to open because of whatever's happening, but you could visualize that. The left hand on the right knee, twist and ease. So detoxifying inner twists, squeezing and soaking, tension, gunk out. And then just know that as we open our heart, that energy is radiating beyond this physical body. Twisting to the other side, lengthening and growing. Twist and ease. Yes. So the back of the heart as well. Whatever you tune into, know that by bringing your attention there, the energy can then expand out. Take that in. Again, squeeze at each chakra, but not only the chakra, the energy around the chakras. You get better at this as you visualize. Then tuning in, listening. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more standing poses before we come to the earth again. In your own practice, you just tune in. Oh, what would feel good? The next pose. Okay, we're listening, not just controlling as we roll onto the tips of the toes. We start to walk, walk, walk. And then forward fold. Forward fold yet. How about that? Spread the toes wide, hands at the top of the shins perhaps. Elongate the spine. And then exhale, soften. Inhale, elongate. Feel the tailbone to the crown and of course beyond, but most of us start with the physical body first. And then ease. Soften, bend the elbows, bend the knees. And then bending the knees, heart lift, sweep the arms back. And then sweep the arms forward into our chair. Forward. And one more time. And we're going to sweep up into our mountain pose. Arms out to the side, and we take a moment and root down. Good. Feel the 4 points of the feet, and then that simultaneously lengthen up through the crown, the sky. Again, hands in Eagle Heart Mudra. What am I thankful for? That's another way to say gratitude. What am I grateful for? I'm just hearing birds out there. Oh, springtime. Yay. Time change, a lot of change going on. It creates a shake up, usually, a wake up. It can be a shake up and a wake up to this different season. More light, literally more light. That concept of the light as it is a spiritual quality coming through. You can just feel that light coming through the crown, through all the cells of the body, every fiber of your being. All right, we're going to do, since we've been focusing on some back bends, the half bows, etc., we're going to take it into our balance pose of dancer. I know it's challenging, but then we're going to have a release of pyramid at the end. So for sure, if you want to use a edge of a chair or wherever, whatever going on in your household, like I could use this mantle pretty easily of the fireplace. So let's start though upright and see what we go with our balance. So left leg roots down. And now our balance could already, well, it is beginning right here. The right knee comes up. This could be your balance pose right here. Or let's, if you want to challenge it, sweep. We already did this pose in our bow, but we're on one foot, obviously. Okay, then see what happens when we lift our left arm up. See what happens when we kick that leg back. Heart leads forward. Now you can touch an object or not. Okay, when I do that, I actually come out of balance. That's what's really interesting for me to do that. So I'm going to realign again, but you do what you do as you feel you're amidst life storms. I find my center. So I'm not going to bring my arm down. Maybe I'm just off balance today. Probably am. So I'm going to come back to the regular, or I don't know if it's regular, but it's an easier, less movement involved. And then I'm going to bring that foot down, and I'm not going to be hard on myself. I've had to learn this one. Just be compassionate as much as possible. Then do the dancer on that side in the way I'm used to doing. That happens, right? And we'll try not to Rajasana on the other side. See what happens. Okay, see what we can do. Thank you, body, for attempting this. That's another thing, we're so used to goal achievement, which is cool. I love it, but it doesn't always happen. Left leg lift up, and then maybe stay here, maybe not, or maybe you can clasp and see where your dancer pose takes you today. It's life storms, I find my center. Okay if you wobble, it's okay if you come out. Try again. You do a different balance pose, just lifting one foot up, that's balance. And then when you're ready, coming back. Lifting up. Thank you, body, for what you can do. It's a very honest demonstration for what's going on for me today. So as promised, pyramid, well, triangle to pyramid. So let's do, we always want to do a standing side stretch as well. We did a lot of forward and back, balance, twists, make it a full practice. Let's turn the left toes out, right foot in. Notice the flow, and then feel. Remember we were doing T-pose on the ground, but feel what feels good for your arm strength. Not rigid, not over tightening, but just expanding, opening to energy and joy. You can use a block lightly on this hand to the shin, not collapsing, opening the heart, adding mudra, energy and joy. Fill my body cells. Energy and joy. Fill my body cells.
Coming over into Utthita. Breathing, maybe circling, maybe not. And extending over. Softening both knees enough for our pyramid pose. I'm walking my left foot out to the side, the right toes face forward. Slight angle, left hip back, right hip forward, bowing to the wisdom of the heart. Chin tucking, there's again that bandha. Navel to the spine, slow squeeze at the root chakra. So you're recharging those vital energy centers. And then we're expanding them as well. So both are happening, that energetic charge and then the opening. Bowing to the wisdom of the heart, the heart coherence, our mind and our heart connected. And I know the awareness within myself as we've done the knee, come up into a warrior one to transition. When I'm, of course, there's times where brain, function. What do I gotta do? Can I do that? Can all of us do that? Use our brain coherence, but remember to connect it to our heart coherence. And we come forward. So maybe it's just, feel myself way to a matter, what's called matter consciousness. And it does matter. I want to make that clear. We don't want to not do stuff, but can I bring it back to the heart coherence? Feels so much better. We're interconnected. This is how we're wired. This is how we are meant to be, but our brain can take over a lot of the times. Then it dulls us. Remember that quote, then there's dulls us. We're not getting that vibrant frequency that we're capable of. We're only using parts of ourselves. So let's expand out. Add the flow. And then the strength, the openness without the rigidity. And that's what overtasking can do sometimes, get rigid. Certain situations can certainly do that. We're reaching over and we're sliding our hand down. Ooh, adding mudra, head to tail connected. Energy and joy. Fill my body cells. Opening to the joy kosha. And maybe Utthita. Maybe circling, maybe not. Now I'm noticing I'm collapsing a little bit of my hand, so I'm lifting up through my center even more. Very good, everybody. And when that hand comes down, we're going to soften and walk our right foot out, left foot forward at a slight angle. Keep that right hip drawing back, left hip coming forward. The gentle squeezing at the root, navel to the spine, chin toward the hollow of the throat. The neck bandha, it's called, will also open the back of your neck. Create really great openings and the pituitary, pineal gland, all kinds of functionings in the brain to help us have that coherence as we bow to the wisdom of our heart. Heart and mind coherence connection. Softening that front knee, angling the left foot enough to sweep up, tasting our Virabhadrasana 1 for a moment, and then coming back to extended leg pose. We're going to reach behind us here.
If you can't interlock, or the hands on the hips or the arms by your side, come into a forward fold.
Hear the sound of the breath. As the knuckles up to the sky, crown of the head toward the earth. Hands come to the sides of the legs, the hips, and just thank you, body. Thank you, grateful for all you can do. Again, showing up. Elongate the spine. Bend the knees. Relaxing any unnecessary burdens. Turn the toes out. A little differently today in our goddess squat. What we're going to do is just let this right arm circle around. The left arm on the shin here, and you're just releasing the shoulder a few times each direction. And let go of this unnecessary holding. And then over to the other side. Left arm comes out. It could be like this. It doesn't have to be a circle. It's just letting go, letting go, letting go. Circling the other way. And then we're lifting the head, lifting the heart. Okay. Most of us in a certain age, we don't want to compress the spine too much, we'll elongate. We're going to balance it both as we come up into star pose. Shoulders ease away, heart open, hands back to namaste, feet coming into mountain. I'm going to go to Eagle Heart Mudra myself. That just really, for me, I really feel the heart energy and the gratitude energy. Thinking again, training our brain to look, sense, and feel for those gratitudes. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As we come down, and let's go ahead and see what the time is. All right, we're going to we're gonna come down into a forward fold first, and then ease down. Feel that connection to the breath, connection to our body, connection to each other as we do the practice together, get out of that isolation. I just read a while back, you probably read it too, Melting Down, the Surgeon General said that loneliness is like smoking 15 cigarettes a day. I mean, that's, oof. So we want to feel the connection, something greater than ourselves, nature, animals, or people in our life, each other, taking that in, counteracting the isolation and the, I'm going to just do it all on my own, self-sufficiency. I definitely know that one well, the self-sufficiency, but it's much better to feel connection. All right, root down through the feet. We're going to do our bridge. Every thought is bridge to returning to our true nature. See all these ways we talk about essentially the essence of joy, of love, of these divine qualities. Inhale, lifting up. Inner thighs magnetizing toward one another. And then I've been really enjoying like pressing the heels toward me a little bit more. So you really feel the energizing of the legs. Maybe bringing the interlock, or another option, many options, is to make that circle like a plate. Getting into the shoulders, releasing the back of this, releases the back of the neck in general. Circling around, every breath, every thought is a bridge back to my true nature. And then we could bring our elbows down, recharge, and then melt down. Melt, 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 melt. Feel the mid back, the low back. Will do a little arcing curl. Inhale, the belly expands. Exhale, navel to the spine. Hug those knees in. Do our happy baby before we do our ease down twist. Big exhales. If you want to extend the legs, you can. All right. And then from here, let's do our classic right knee toward the right shoulder. Left leg extends out, circle around. I think I should demo this better. Should be just a little bit more with the upper body, and then plant that right foot, swivel left hand to the knee, pulse back and forth. We did our seated twist, we did our standing, and now we're doing our laying down. And then either legs extend, that top leg extends, or the knee bends. Depends how dynamic you want to go here. Open the heart, that's the key. Sweep the arm up, and the affirmation that says it all: divine life is within me and all around me. And the gratitude helps us attune to it. It's already here. And then we just thank you, thank you, thank you. Everything. In fact, I'm going to give you a little challenge if you choose after class for the next hour. Just name all the things you're doing and just feel if there could be a gratitude quality behind it or with it. It's here. Breathe in, breathe out. So practicing. And our borders of the feet together, left knee bends, left knee to the shoulder, rotate the ankle. You know where this is going. Plant the left foot down, swivel, and then opposite hand to knee as we pulse back and forth. Head's going along for the ride. When you find your area of stabilization with the legs, then the arm comes up and over, and we affirm divine life is within me and all around me. Softening the knee and planting the foot when you're ready, swiveling, holding that left knee in. Really feel the restoration that's happened in the body, but then the deeper shavasana that's coming up. Any last pose you want to do? What I'm going to place one hand, my forearm underneath my cheek, and just arc the back and come in. Do the affirmation, but you do whatever you like as your last pose. My soul floats on waves of cosmic light. This is a fish pose. That's in Jatsana. My soul floats on waves of cosmic light. Opening to the light. Another way. It's another metaphor for gratitude. Coming down, getting any bolsters, blocks, eye pillow, whatever feels best for you to move into Shavasana. Deep, deep, deep restoration. So let me just grab a sip of water and get comfortable.
Opening that light channel to flow through us. Mhm. Okay. Alrighty. So depending on your position, if it speaks to you to take a short, long double breath, inhale and tense the body. Tensing those chakras as well. And then exhale, double breath, soften. And depending on your position, see if it's appropriate to ease the head from side to side. Gratitude helps us return to our soul nature, the true self. As we soften from the top down, the scalp, the forehead, left and right eyes, the eyelids get heavier. Your next inhale, feel the cool air coming in through the nostrils, or maybe a coolness or light. That's a spiritual eye. Warm cooked air coming out of the nostrils. Relaxing the upper and lower jaw. If it speaks to you to bring the tip of your tongue behind the two front teeth, you could feel that would open the throat more. And hear that oceanic sound. Bringing golden healing light to any areas of the body that are in need of more nourishment or a general sweep, a broom cleansing. And just take a moment to get into the heart center. We talked a lot, or I talked a lot about heart coherence today. Breathe into the floor, the ceiling, the sidewalls of the chest. Just allow that spacious awareness to be there. And really offer yourself what's called a heartfelt desire. This is getting in touch with, at this time, at this stage of your life, what is it you want more than anything else? Just tune in. The answer may come now, it may come later, but it's important to open to the heartfelt desire. Feel that radiant sensation streaming down both arms, pulsation, sensation in the palms of the hands, fingers and thumbs, and just notice if there's anywhere you may already be placing a hand on the heart or belly or by your side. See if your palms or this any area, if it's comfortable, practical to bring the hands to that area of the body that needs a little bit more healing and warmth. If you are lying on your back, feeling your back get heavy or whatever is touching the earth, those parts are supported. And there's whatever isn't touching the earth is a little bit more light. It's the yin and yang of heavy and light feeling and sensation. Breathing deep into the solar plexus and ribs, the belly, the low back. Just notice if there's been a more dominant emotions come and go, but if there's been more of a dominant emotion coming through this morning, just notice what does it want? Getting used to dialoguing with parts of yourself. And listening. Continuing the body scan, letting the cheeks, the thighs, the lower limbs soften as much as possible. Left and right, the knees, the calves, the ankles, all the way through to the soles of the feet, digits of the toes. Heels, tops of the feet. And perhaps you could rest in what's called pure awareness. Pure awareness is your true state. You're already whole. You're already free. You're already aware. This is the soul remembering the truth. As we know, the circumstances can be quite challenging at times. We return at some point to our original nature, our pure awareness, and joy, that inner smile, perhaps, sense of inner joy or well-being, despite the challenging circumstances or with the challenging circumstances that may be appearing right now. Opening the channel for spirit to flow through more easily. It's here, but we're attuning. We're tuning to it. Higher vibration of light. And returning to that quote from Yogananda, Thanksgiving, gratitude opens in your consciousness the way for spiritual growth and supply to come to you. Opens in your consciousness the way for spiritual growth and supply to come to you. And if it's time to return to movement, you can do so gradually, or you could stay in deep rest, interiorization, pratyachara. Taking your time. Resting on your side and maybe coming up. And this is also a wonderful time to, as we're more clear energy channel, to send that energy to others. But no matter what we're going through, we could always send energy to others. I'm going to rub my hands together, visualize those people or situation or planet that you'd like to send energy to, healing energy to, whatever that may be, as you inhale. Ah. Ah. Bringing the hands together and namaste, bowing to the wisdom of your heart, recognizing that heart, the divine heart within everyone and everything. That's where we are one. Namaste as you ease with gratitude and thankfulness into your day, perhaps making it a practice if this speaks to you. And sending healing energy to Bala as he's recovering. As we move in, I'm going to stop the recording, and those who want to, let's see, stay. Okay, there you go.